Transparency is choosing to fail in honor rather than succeed by fraud. Fraud, subsidizing fraud. Sometimes in March 2021, the defunct Petroleum Pricing Regulatory and Marketing Authority, then government agency authorized to regulate prices of petroleum products, stated that after a review of the pricing template on all ex-coastal and in-coastal charges on the cost of landing of fuel in Nigeria, the expected retail cost, that's cost per liter, should be 212 naira as against the pump price of 185 naira that we're paying. This means that government was then subsidizing the product with an average of 27 naira per liter. That was in 2021. The template reviewed that's the ex-coastal charges reviewed, were average lighting expense, the MPA fee, NEMASA charges, jetty throughput charges, storage charges. At least those that work in MPA will understand this. While the in-coastal charges were wholesale margin, admin charges, transport allowance, marine transport average, and retail margin. So let us understand all of this. At the House of Representative Committee sitting in 2022, that's last year, the NNPC Limited MD, Mela Kyari, represented by Umar Ajia, that's the Chief Financial Officer of the company, claimed that as at that time, government was paying 209 naira per liter as subsidy, even though we're buying it at 185 per liter. That's with an average of 66.7 million liters needed daily in Nigeria. The government then would require 3.4 trillion naira to subsidize the product in 2022. So I beg, help me do the math. If you add 209 naira, that's the cost of subsidy, to 185, where would they buy them for pump? That's according to NNPC price in 2022. The price ought to be 395 per liter at that time. That is last year. Even though I still don't understand, because looking at the template of 2021 that I said, where them say without subsidy, the expected pump price up to be 212 naira per liter. So how the costs can jump from 2022, 212 to 395 in 2022 if you remove subsidy. Anyway, then I one question for one side. Maybe in inflation or COVID, according to Fela, if they want turn things, they go look for something to blame. But also remember that according to them, they said we consume 66.7 million liters of fuel daily. Even though in that same September 2022, the Nigerian Customs Service faulted the claim by NNPC Limited that Nigerians consume 60 million liters of fuel daily. Because according to a report, between 2011 and 2015, Nigeria was said to be consuming between 37 to 40 million liters of fuel per day. So remember, in that 2015, APC, who were then in opposition, and the then CBN governor, Sanusi Lamido Sanusi, disputed this figure of 40 million liters. But now, APC and Buhari, that faulted Jonathan of spending 3.9 trillion on subsidy between 2010 and 2015, ended up spending 11 trillion naira on the same subsidy in 8 years. What God cannot do does not exist, though. Anyway, just follow me small, you understand where we are going to. In March this year, 2023, the NNPC Limited MD, Kyari, while stating that our daily consumption has moved to 79.8 trillion liters daily, stated categorically, and I want to quote him, our customers are here, we are transferring to each of them at 113 naira per liter. That means there's a difference of close to 202 for every liter of PMS we import into this country. In computation, 202 multiplied by 66.5 million liters multiplied by 30 days will give you over 400 billion of subsidy every month. That was Kyari's statement. My layman question then, if they were paying subsidy of 202 per liter on the product in March 2023, which is a reduction from the 209 naira per liter subsidy they were paying in 2022, how come in the same June 2023, they're asking Nigerians to pay 488 naira to 500 naira in Lagos in some cases after they have removed subsidy? Shouldn't the cost be layman mathematics again? 212, which was the cost of the subsidy, plus 185, which was the cost of the pump at nozzle, which will put the product as 387 per liter. Where that extra costs of 101 naira come from, and who is collecting it? Please also remember, this thing they are calling direct sale, direct purchase arrangement is what was initially known as swapped arrangement, where NNPC gives the barrel meant for local consumption to the refineries, while the refineries give NNPC the quantity of fuel refined that will cover the cost of the crude oil given to them. So the only cost NNPC Limited is bearing is the cost of freighting, insurance, and co. So they know they buy the product. So we also want to know, at least you should also remember that the insurance cost is in the percentage of cargo price and will not be significantly affect the price. So I beg, I need NNPC Limited and those when know to educate us on this additional cost, because all I am seeing here is transfer of subsidy from government to the people. I will therefore advocate that while a lot of economists agree that subsidy was a fraud and should go, NNPC Limited should not transfer the fraud to the ordinary Nigeria. They need to explain to Nigerians in clear and transparent terms how this their expected retail price was arrived at using the same template that they used in 2021. With that, we can even estimate how much agencies like MPA, NIMASA would generate from charges on crude oil vessel. Because these 130% changes in their cost driven between 2021 and 2023 is a big question that I'm still finding hard to answer. I dey wait for answer. And I beg, please don't even bring the cost of dollar here, because subsidy is not paid in dollars. All of these things I have explained is in local currency. Well, because of time, that's all we can take on this show today. Please follow us on all our social media platforms showing on your screen as we come up with more detailed questions and information as we get there. If you do your own and I do my own, Nigeria go move forward. See you next week.